Walk into a real IMAX theatre, and the screen doesn't just look bigger, it looks sharper, cleaner, almost unsettlingly real. For decades, people assumed this was just about scale. It isn't. The real secret is which direction the film is actually moving. Every standard movie runs film vertically through the camera, top to bottom, one frame stacked above the last. Each frame on standard 35mm film uses about 4 small perforations of height. IMAX throws that out entirely. It pulls the film through sideways, horizontally, so each frame stretches across the width of the strip instead of the height. And because the film itself starts out much wider, shot on 65mm, printed onto 70mm stock, running it sideways lets a single frame span roughly 15 perforations instead of 4. Do the math, and one IMAX frame captures around 10 times more image area than a standard frame. 10 times more film real estate to capture detail, light, and color. That's why it looks the way it does. More film area means dramatically more resolution is physically possible, less visible grain, because the image isn't stretched nearly as far to fill a screen 4 or 5 stories tall. A tiny standard frame blown up that big has to stretch its limited detail incredibly thin. A giant IMAX frame barely has to stretch at all. The company traces back to 1967, when Canadian filmmakers Graeme Ferguson, Roman Kroitor, and Robert Kerr set out to solve one stubborn problem. No existing projection system could deliver a giant, seamless image without falling apart into grain. Their answer was the horizontal film transport that still defines true IMAX today. The first purpose-built IMAX theatre opened in 1971 in Toronto. Here's the twist though. Most theatres advertising IMAX today aren't running physical film at all. They're running digital IMAX using paired high-resolution projectors overlaid precisely on top of each other. It's genuinely excellent. But it doesn't quite reach the resolution ceiling that true 70mm film can hit because it isn't working with that same massive physical frame. So most people who think they've seen real IMAX have actually experienced a very good digital approximation of it. Genuine 70mm screenings are rare, limited to a small number of specialized theaters, which is exactly why studios specifically advertise them as true IMAX. So next time that picture in front of you looks almost too clean to be film, remember what's happening behind the booth wall. It was never about the size of the screen. It was about turning an entire century of film transport sideways and discovering that 10 times more room to capture light produces something your eyes have never quite gotten used to seeing.